Hey everyone, it's Kayla with the Celebration Company, and I've got something fun for you today. But first, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. And also be sure to check me out on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for a lot of other fun ideas just like this. All right, y'all, I found the cutest little ladder at the Dollar Tree. I couldn't even believe it. This thing is just adorable. They have it in the natural and they also have black. It had a little tag on it, and I just pulled that off and pulled off the hanger, and I'm using True Red by Deco Art to paint it. I'm just using a pouncer to do so that I don't have to worry about painting the edges, so that I can just paint just the top area and not have to worry about the edges. I feel like this just makes it look nice and clean. And so I'm only doing one coat as well because I'm going to give this a distressed look, and I'm not so worried about seeing a little bit of that wood underneath. All right, so this is going to be a Christmas ladder, and so of course I'm going to put some gingerbread men on it because gingerbread men are one of my favorite things to use at Christmas time. I think they're absolutely precious. So I'm using these little felt gingerbread men that I picked up from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. They are in the Christmas crafting section. And there's a little bit of a tag on there, so I just cut the tag off, and now we're just going to dress these little gingerbread men up and just make them look so super cute. So you can use all kinds of different things. Whatever you have in your stash will work, but what I chose to use are some little mini peppermints that I just made using clay. You can always use like peppermint sprinkles or something like that. You could also use a button, anything that you have. Then I've got a little candy cane that is from Hobby Lobby. Those are the I ended up using a candy cane instead that's from Dollar Tree. It's a little clay ornament candy cane that I kind of took apart. And then I've got the little spoon there, which is from Hobby Lobby. And then there's a little bow that also was on a Dollar Tree clay ornament. And so I'm just going to glue all of these little pieces on. I am just using some hot glue to glue on my little peppermint buttons. And then I'm using super glue to glue those little clay pieces on just so they'll hold a little bit better. That little bow is so cute on that little gingerbread man. It just kind of fits perfectly. So we're going to jazz this spoon up a little bit. I'm going to take a small little bit of foam clay, tiny little bit, and we're just going to make a little bit of frosting. So I just kind of roll it into a ball and then just start pinching it and pulling out the edges to make it look like frosting on our spoon. And then I just used my super glue to glue that on. We're going to take some Mod Podge and just paint a little bit of Mod Podge on there, and then just dip that little spoon into my sprinkles. These sprinkles are available on our website. And now our little spoon is ready, and we can just go ahead and glue that on. Okay, so to keep going, we're going to go ahead and add our faces on. I am just using some white paint to do this. And for the eyes, I'm just using the end of my brush and just dipping it into the paint and just making little eyes. And then I noticed on this one, you can see me kind of changing things up. The mouth was kind of in the middle of the face, so I ended up flipping it over and just redoing it completely. And so I'm going to use the white paint and the little brush to make a little mouth as well. And I'm going to do that on all three. There is a little bit of a mouth on there, but it's very light. You can hardly see it. So we just went over it again just to make it a little bit more bold. Okay. Now, I'm also going to use my brush to put a little squiggle on the hands and the feet on all of these gingerbread men. So I'm using just a small little brush for this and just some white acrylic paint. You could also use a paint pen if you wanted to, or a piece of clay would work as well. You could just roll a piece of foam clay into a thin ribbon, and that would work too. You could glue that on. There's lots of different ways you could do this. You could add a little bit of rickrack on there. If you have a small thin piece of rickrack, that would be cute as well. So just have fun with it. But these little gingerbread men turn out so stinking cute. I decided I wanted to add a bow to the head of one of them, but I didn't want to do ribbon because I felt it wouldn't go well with the little bow tie. So I chose to try and make a bow out of red foam clay. What I ended up doing that worked out pretty well is I just rolled out a piece of the foam clay and then just basically cut out a bow shape and then just kind of formed it to the right size and shape. So this one that I did there is way too big, so I end up redoing it and making one a little bit smaller that fits perfectly on our little gingerbread man. Now you could definitely use ribbon if you don't have the foam or the clay bow like I used on the bow tie, then just use some ribbon. That would be adorable there as well. So I just kind of cut it to the shape of a bow, and then I used my little icing spreader to make some indentions in the bow to make it look a little bit more realistic. And then I'm just going to glue that on with some super glue. And how precious is that? Absolutely adorable. Okay, so next what we are going to do is work on our ladder. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of distressing just to remove some of that paint and show some of that wood grain behind. And then I'm just laying my gingerbread men on to kind of get a feel for how it looks and what else I want to add. I tried these little mini light ornaments, but I just wasn't crazy about this, so I ended up not doing that. But these little lights came from Hobby Lobby in the miniature tree section, and it's cute. But then I decided that peppermints would be better. So I have a big bag of peppermints that I got all these different peppermints at Hobby Lobby at the end of season last year. And they're just little tiny ornaments. And we're going to use those. I am using my button shank remover to remove the little loop at the top. And then I'm just going to glue them onto a piece of baker's twine, and this is going to become a super adorable little garland that's going to hang across our ladders. So I go ahead and glue my gingerbread men on because I know for sure that that's where I want them. That's what I want. So now we're just going to work on that garland and get it completed. I'm going to go ahead and add some more on there so I can go all the way down the ladder. I felt like it just looked better to just kind of do a garland that goes all the way down the ladder. So the way that I'm attaching this is just putting a little bit of hot glue behind the candy cane where I want it to start and end. And then we'll just flip it and come back to the other side, and again just kind of glue that. And then mine wasn't long enough, so I made another piece, making sure to go the same direction as the top layer. And then we'll just glue that that bottom piece on after we get it made. All right, and that's really all there is to it. This craft turned out so adorable, and it's just truly so much fun. It would look amazing on a Christmas tree. It would look really cute sitting on your counter, just leaning up against the wall. I just love this, and I think it is precious. Thanks so much for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.